Hopping over cars, haunting our streets, and literally frightening the onlookers.
Bro, no, he's too fast, bro. He's right there, he's right there.
Turn all the way around.
Get that nigga, he's right there.
These creatures are the reason why roads are not considered safe. And to clear the remaining doubts, I have gathered the insane clips of some of the most shocking encounters on roads that will be hard to ignore.
Oh, God.
Keep your windows up, otherwise who knows, you might encounter what these people did. Someone or something was caught running towards them when they were inside of their car.
Turn all the way around, turn all the way around.
He's right there, he's right there, he's right there.
Turn all the way around.
Get that nigga, he's right there.
And it wasn't a human, because it's physically impossible for a human to run this fast and quite literally catch up to a speeding car. And that's not all, its eyes were also glowing, and human eyes do not glow in the dark. It got really close and almost grabbed one of them, but thankfully, their car was just a little bit faster. Hiding in fog. What you're about to see is horrifying. A farmer was recording a peaceful winter morning because his farm was covered in thick fog. But what he didn't realize was that there was a creature hiding in it. It was absolutely massive and either looked like a giant worm with moss hanging off of it, or maybe it was just a tentacle of a creature. But after a while, its truth was revealed. The creature was no tentacle, but was flying through the fog before vanishing in the distance. Creepy sight to witness. Russian experiment. The road split open and this creature came from underground. It was shocking, and you can see people reacting to it, meaning it was 100% real. A huge, mutated, moth-like creature flew out and disappeared, leaving the bystanders horrified. The video kept on getting removed from the internet. This made people think that it was an experiment that went wrong, and now they are trying to keep it hidden. Ghost on road. A truck driver was passing through Arizona when his dash cam caught something supernatural. There was an apparition, a ghostly figure just on the side of the road. It wasn't off the road, because if any time came from the opposite direction, the car would go right through. And looking closely at the video, it doesn't appear to be a human either. What really convinced people that it was indeed a ghost was the time. The dash cam showed 4:25 a.m., but according to the driver, it was actually closer to 2:30 a.m. Have you ever encountered something like this? Let me know. Slender Man sighted. He was driving down a country road when a tall, faceless entity was seen standing right in front of the car. It spooked him, but he thought it was a person, so he drove the car to the side. But the camera became blurry as the driver got close to it, so it wasn't a human, but a creature looking a lot like Slender Man. The driver could only watch come closer and closer before the video ended abruptly. With other creepy sightings being reported, he managed to capture one himself. Beast from Hell. While waiting in the traffic, the female driver noticed something moving on top of a slanted tree branch. She actually caught an unearthly entity perched at top of the branch. The creature had crab-like legs and was mutated further with wings coming out of its back. It looked like it spawned from hell itself. The beast from hell must have seen the lady looking at it, so it flew away and never appeared again. But since the footage was released, no one can find who the original uploader is or where she is. Teleporting Man. Footage shows a semi-truck driving hair-risingly close to a confused man in a lab coat. It's like he appeared out of thin air, but the driver was quick enough to avoid him just in time. But if you see the video from the start, you can tell that he was already standing on the side of the road. And as soon as the semi-truck got close, he walked right in front of it. Spooky, isn't it? But where did this man come from? Or was it another optical illusion? Xenomorph on the Loose. A creature that looked like a xenomorph was caught haunting the streets of an unknown location. It was moving eerily, looking for its next meal. The creature's slender, long body is creepy, and its movements are stuff of nightmares. This clear footage showed the reptilian creature in full detail, proving that we are not the only ones on this planet. And the same creature was captured in different locations at different times. Highway Humanoid. This creepy footage was captured by a security camera on a freeway, showing a mysterious humanoid creature running on all fours. People thought it was just a dog, but looking at this frame right here, it doesn't look like one. The humanoid creature was pale, and since it was caught in the United Kingdom, it was given the name of Wessex Werewolf. It does look eerily similar to the mythical creature, or was it just something far more sinister? Witch doing ritual. A California policeman got a call for a disturbance in the area, so he went to investigate. Once he got there, he was confronted by a woman standing ominously in the middle of nowhere, with her arms folded in front of a fire. At first, there is no movement, but suddenly she opens up her arms and throws back her head like she is possessed. You can just make out some sort of strange light coming from her mouth. The video ends before we can find out anything else. Moth Man. Ever seen this picture before? Well, the urban legend behind it might not be much of a legend after all. First, take a look at this video. It was recorded back in 2016 under a pedestrian bridge in Kyiv. A small creature was crawling underneath, making its way across. Due to the distance, it's difficult to tell its shape or size, but many believe it to be a Moth Man. There have been multiple reports of locals spotting the mythical creature with red eyes and moth-like wings. But the fact that it has remained elusive for so long makes me question its existence. Running figure. The night just got creepier because of this scary footage captured by a dash cam. A figure was seen that was about average height, but it had no features. It moved and ran like a human being, yet there was nothing about it that could make it one. Which is really creepy because as soon as it appears, it seems to be looking directly at the driver. But where are its eyes? This opaque creature dashed across the freeway and vanished into the night. Serbian dancing lady. A video of the unsettling figure has gone viral on social media. The history of this creature dates back to 1998, and it's not a myth. The dancing lady was caught on camera and is said to chase after people as soon as they interrupt her dance.
Jeste dobro?
It turns out that there is truth behind the legend. There are multiple accounts in Serbia of people encountering her, and some people were not as fortunate as others when it came to escaping her. Creature jump scare. A cyclist was filming a bike ride on his GoPro, and at the start, everything seemed normal. But as soon as he crossed the bridge, a creature jumped down and almost came in contact with the cyclist. This creature was hairless and gray from head to toe, and netizens started questioning what it actually was and how it could be identified, but no one had a clue. Some said it resembles a mythical creature chupacabra, while others dismissed it by saying it was a hairless monkey. Ghost of a bride. Driving through the woods, the couple saw a person in white clothes, looking kind of strange. The woman says they should be careful. But the man wants to check it out. They get closer and see it's someone wearing a white dress, not moving at first. But when she starts coming towards them, they quickly drive away. People who live nearby say it's because of an incident that took place here years ago. A married couple once passed away trying to save an animal on the same road. And now the spirit of a woman in white who goes after married couples, either because of jealousy or to save them from the same fate. Creepy roadside creature. This peculiar video shows a strange creature with tentacles all over its body. It moved like a tumbleweed, but it seems sentient. The anomaly was identified as a serpent-like creature, and looking closely at it, someone can be seen inside of it. Was it a cryptid, like that no one else had ever seen before? It was moving erratically, and later was caught in the middle of the night in a parking lot. And that's when the truth came out, that this wasn't a real entity, but rather a work of CGI. Thank God. We don't need another creature on our planet. Frogman Caught.
Did you hear that? What is that?
Couple of teenagers noticed something in the bushes, so they turned around and made the mistake of getting out of their car. The woman pointed towards something in the bushes, and it was a frogman, who was only thought to be a legend and appeared in fake videos like this one right here.
What? In there. Oh my God.
But this one seemed real, and it was captured 25 years ago in 1999. This amphibian was larger than anything had ever been seen before and was standing on its hind legs. Unknown interaction. After hearing loud noises coming from the trees, the passenger started recording in hopes of catching something.
That road's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see some ghosts or hellhounds or something cool.
Yeah.
And they did.
What the hell?
What is that?
What is that?
Something came out of the woods near the bend on the road. It was a person wearing a strange fur suit with a mask to cover their identity. They had something in their hand and chased after the people in the car. It was a close call because this could have been a mad person waiting for someone to make the mistake of stopping. Snake crossing road. One thing you don't expect to see crossing a busy road is a massive anaconda. But the people of Brazil did witness such an unbelievable sight.
Henrique, olha o tamanho da bichona. Olha aí, ó.
It crossed the road and slithered over the divider with no trouble. Fortunately, the people were kind enough to stop the traffic before something bad happened. Crypted Encounter. The footage isn't clear, but it shows a white bizarre-shaped creature in the field right next to a road heading towards a city in Texas. The cameraman was recording wildlife but noticed unnatural movements from the corner of their left eye. He or she was too shocked to record properly and was terrified of the cryptid getting any closer to them. Flying tree.
Seen some really creepy stuff, but nothing like this.
An unexplainable phenomenon was caught on camera in an undisclosed location, showing a part of a fallen tree floating in midair. It's like nature was caught in a glitch and stopped following the laws of physics.
There's a palm floating right in the middle of the air.
The weather is windy, so most likely it created an unusual wind vortex, causing this tree branch to hover 20 feet above the ground.
It's not attached to wires or anything like that.
But some say there are fishing lines attached to the tree. Dog driver. A video of a dog chauffeuring his owner on a motorbike in Indonesia has people going mad with laughter and amazement. He was driving below the speed limit and made sure to put on some safety goggles as well. Netizens quickly liked the video and became huge fans of the dog, and I can see why. But that's not all. Another owner was being driven around the busy streets of India by his dog. They should definitely put on a helmet. Unknown monster. He was driving down an empty road late at night when a gigantic creepy monster appeared out of nowhere and crossed over the top of the car. It was thin but really tall and creepy, but it doesn't take long for anyone to notice that this is fake. Snake Dragon. This strange-looking serpent was caught in an unknown location, but it was inside a village near one of its sewers. The face was like a snake, but weirdly elongated. The rest of its body was normal, but it had two long, sharp horns coming out of its head. Its fangs were also unlike any snake ever seen before. And honestly, I was wrong. Nothing about this serpent is normal or ordinary. The person had to record this creature carefully, as they did not know what it could do to them. Passenger Bull. This one is as unbelievable as it was problematic. Although the bull was alright and quite comfortable, the Nebraska police pulled over the driver after onlookers reported a car with a massive bull as its passenger sticking out of the roof. The bull also had a name, Howdy Doody, and looking at its massive horns, it doesn't look safe to have it sticking out in traffic like that. Giant Spider. As this police officer was writing a ticket, a large arachnid was caught creeping its way towards him. Unaware of what was behind him, the officer continued, but the creepy crawler eerily kept on getting close, until it was right next to him. How did he not notice it? Well, turns out it was an optical illusion, and this spider was actually tiny and not on the road. It was actually crawling on the police car's windshield. Shocking whale video. A massive whale was caught near the road in Nepal, hundreds of meters away from the water. The residents can be seen working together to get the animal neatly out of there, but unfortunately, it was beached in the night. So no one was there to be able to save the animal, but they made sure it was taken away nicely. It's still shocking that a wave was strong enough to drag an adult whale so far off the shore. Some people even think that the whale had already passed away before being beached. Don't stop. While driving through a dark forest at night, the driver encountered a strange creature. It blocked the road and signaled for the driver to go off-road. At first, it looked like a skinny person, but it wasn't human. It communicated with sign language, like a human, which confused and scared the driver. This spooky encounter in the forest was mysterious and frightening, but it's possible it was trying to lure them to an area where it could easily do whatever it wanted. Beastly Wolf. Who knew wolves could get so big and look so bone-chilling? This beastly wolf was caught near Yellowstone National Park, USA. The person behind the camera stopped his car when he noticed glowing eyes staring at him from the dark. A large, mean-looking wolf came out, and honestly, it doesn't even look like the traditional wolf, but more like a hybrid, part wolf, part grizzly. It was observing the people in the car and looked amused by them. Or at least that is what I think, because I want to maintain my sanity. Weird monster. Bizarre monster was caught stalking a moose in the Canadian wilderness a few years ago. This creature was captured on the side of the road, and it was almost the same height as the adult moose. The person who recorded it said the mysterious creature was at least 6 feet tall and had no face, which gave them chills down their spine. Brazilian Dog Man. These explorers heard howling, and when they went to investigate the source of the sound, they were confronted by this scary-looking beast. It was staring directly at them and didn't look pleased to have them roaming its territory. They were afraid to get any closer, as numerous reports of people missing or being found with canine marks on them were all over the nearby village. So they left the Brazilian Dog Man alone. Slime Road. If you are wondering what this is, just know that it is a nightmare induced by hagfish. Oregon Highway was seen covered in slippery slime after a truck spilled over a 7,500-pound hagfish. They weren't just all over the road. One unfortunate car also got covered with all the gooey stuff. These slippery fish, also known as slime eels, release copious amounts of mucus when stressed. And they were stressed all right, because the eels turned into a bizarre, gooey spectacle. Snake creature. A mysterious serpent was caught by hikers, terrifying everyone that got close to it. And when these people did get close, the truth was revealed. This dragon-type reptile was on the side of the road in the middle of the woods. The serpent clearly belonged in the ocean based on its eccentric appearance. There was a long red dorsal fin going all the way to its back, and it even had wing-like fins on the side of its head. Definitely a creepy sight if you ask me. But lucky for us, it wasn't a real creature, just an animatronic. Falling fish. Wait a minute, is that fish falling from the sky? This cannot be real. Fish rain was caught on camera in a South Asian country. And you can even see the person picking up one of the fish. It all looks rather unbelievable. And thankfully, it kinda is. Although this footage is fake, a few years back, a real incident happened in India. A truck carrying millions of fish ended up spilling them all over the area, and the entire street was filled by these aquatic animals. Worm rain. China saw the weirdest of the weird phenomena when the streets of Liaoning were filled by creepy crawlers. They were in every nook and cranny. Roads, cars, you name it, they were covered by these worms that appeared out of nowhere, which made it quite shocking for the residents. Because they had to be extra careful and watch their step. This clip of the area shows the aftermath of a natural phenomenon that has never been seen before. Now, it is unsure why this happened, but the best guess is that strong winds carried these tiny crawlers. Goliath tortoise. This unbelievable moment captured the moment a giant tortoise was being carried by a truck. Apparently, the animal was blocking the road because of its massive size, which caused a traffic jam. So, animal rescuers were called, and they put the giant tortoise on the back of the truck. And the reason it's unbelievable is because they are usually found on beaches, so seeing one in the middle of the road is rare. Slithering road. Are those eels or, please no, snakes? This incident shocked everyone in Vietnam when hundreds, if not thousands, of slithering animals were found on the side of a road. They look like eels, but can possibly be snakes as well. At least we know that proper authorities were called to the location. What this is and how it happened was never disclosed. Strangely, all sources of this video have been removed, and this is the only one available. Crocodile on bike. In this bizarre footage, a man was captured on camera riding his motorcycle with a crocodile. He had tied the croc to his bike and was taking it home. Many said he had hunted the crocodile. But obviously this video got a lot of backlash from animal welfare activists. Although it is uncertain who this man is, activists asked the Colombian government to take immediate action. Cluster of worms. This unknown person saw a cluster of worms moving on a road, and the scenes are absolutely nightmarish. This visual was recorded after a deluge in some parts of Texas, and these creepy crawlers were found along the center line of the road, right in the middle to avoid traffic. There were thousands of these worms, and they were either earthworms that appear after rainfall or tubifex worms, more commonly identified by their cluster. It's still a pretty rare phenomenon that happened in the United States back in 2015. Fish River. Seeing water in a desert is rare. What's even more unbelievable is seeing a river of fish. The confusing video made the rounds on the internet last year. It shows tons of fish jumping around on the sandy dune. The peculiar sight was captured in the Thar Desert, Pakistan. But how did this happen? The reason was the flow of the river, which changed its course, forcing the stream of thousands of suffocating fish crawling on the sand. Alien Caterpillar. Danico de Casto found something peculiar in her backyard. It was making eerily squeaking sounds. The creature, which she had said was an alien caterpillar or maybe even an offspring of the mythical Moth Man, was caught by her son Rowan as he was playing.
What? What are you looking at? Is it a bug?
What?
It had black beady eyes, creepy mouth, and a soft body. But after literally opening her account, I found out that it's all fake, and this is a creature toy that she named Sasku. Ghoul camera capture. With so many fake things and creatures on the internet, this one deserves to be in the top 5. An alleged ghoul was caught on camera roaming a desert area right next to a freeway. This creature was hunched over with a crooked back and had sharp, long arms. The person who captured it tried their best to hide from this monster, but they didn't have to because it clearly looks fake. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments and share your own experience with a ghoul. Raining golf balls. After Hurricane Ian, thousands of golf balls fell down from the skies somewhere in America. They had all piled up in this area, so these teenagers decided to collect all of them for free. They managed to capture thousands of these golf balls by the end of the day, and it's unbelievable that so many of them were carried away by the hurricane. Rake lures man. After hearing disturbing noises coming from under a bridge, this person made a huge mistake to go investigate. A rake was waiting for him. It made screeching sounds that were deafening. Realizing what was about to happen, he could be in a lot of trouble. He quickly turned around and ran. Desperate to escape this horrifying creature. Mutated critter. An 8-foot-long millipede was caught on camera by a local that shows the critter crawling across the dirt. Something about it just gives me the creeps, almost as if it was walking all over me with its tiny pointed legs. Ugh! But here's the thing, this video has been proven to be fake and generated through AI. Whew! But it still got international coverage, which just shows how convincing AI is in manipulating content. Moose stops traffic. These animals are no joke, so it's always best to avoid them, especially when there are cars in the area. Fortunately for the people in these videos, the moose were pretty chill, but seeing these massive animals that are extremely terrestrial up close is an experience of a lifetime, and not something everyone is able to witness. Rhino Traffic Jam. Something is strange about this clip. 2 rhinos were initially spotted in Kruger National Park, South Africa, stopping traffic, causing a huge traffic gridlock. The reason why it is so strange is because as soon as this van got closer, they moved towards it, almost as if they were protesting in the area against traffic. They made the driver reverse when another, much bigger rhino also walked on the road. Most likely he was the father, so maybe he was there to protect his family. But it's strange to see animals protesting like this. Elephants on road. These 2 incidents are pretty unreal, especially the second clip. In the first one, however, people stopped way back to allow the giant to safely and easily cross the road. These animals can easily topple any vehicle, so glad the locals allowed the herd to pass. But this one shows a greedy elephant stopped a truck that was filled with sugarcane and started eating from the cargo. The elephant even stopped the other truck like a warden, and the truck driver had no choice but to listen, allowing it to eat more. Subscribers pick. A couple of friends were out camping in the woods of Utah, having fun and waiting for nightfall, when one of them noticed something which scared him. The camera showed a bizarre, frightening creature on top of their caravan. All of them got terrified and left the area out of fear, but the creature also escaped because it was there to observe them, and maybe was even curious.
What was that?
They were unable to find the creature again. But you can find more creepy close encounters with creatures on my channel, or just wait for tomorrow to see the latest findings.